This week's Torah portion is known as Shoftim, which means either judges or chieftains. It starts out by saying Shoftim v'shotrim, judges and officers you shall appoint for yourselves. It's particularly meaningful this Labor Day week. As we know, many of us observe the rules, as we did in New York, that after Labor Day, one certainly should never wear a straw hat or white shoes. Now, why are these rules important? These rules are important for the same reason that God tells us in the Torah portion to appoint the judges and officers. In order to have a happy, well-run, prosperous, and secure society, it's necessary that we have a system of laws and a system of reliable legal officers who will be with us and will help guide us and give us the reassurance that our government is in fact predictable, a government of laws, not a government of people. This concept goes as far back as the Torah. In the Torah, God tells us that when we appoint a king or a queen of Israel, that king or queen must write for herself or himself a Torah scroll, and he must study it each day so that he or she knows that the king in our system is not the law, is not above the law, or is not the law him or herself, but that the fact the king is subject to the law. The ancient institution of the prophet in the kingdom of Israel was set so that there was a person or a group of people who were the spokespeople for the law and the spokespeople for God, who were able to call either the priesthood or, if necessary, the king or queen into account for their misdeeds and their misdoing. Most importantly, however, is a government is supposed to make our lives and make our understanding of the law as predictable as possible. Of course, there are natural as well as man-made disasters and tragedies. Not everything is predictable, which is why we look to our governments to help calm things down and to heal divisions when there has been strife or a disaster in a society. When we see a leader who is doing something different, then we have to be on the alert for demagoguery and the possibility of even a dictatorship. Because the way dictatorships come about is by a leader and a ruler creating confusion and consternation, creating uncertainty, so that people feel that they need a strong leader and that they need to give up their own rights in order to have a secure future. There is no sense of day-to-day security. When we see a government or a governmental system that is not predictable, that is intentionally made to be unpredictable and erratic, then we have to be on the alert for someone who wants to take our freedoms away from us. As the Torah tells us, Shoftim v'shotrim, not only chieftains, officers, and police are we to appoint, but we are to appoint people who are understanding that they themselves are subject to the law and are not less responsible to the law, but in fact more responsible than the ordinary citizen. This is the Jewish and the Torah's measure of a government that is acceptable versus one that is not. I hope you all have stopped wearing your white shoes and that we'll all be obeying the law in a predictable manner for many, many years to come. Shabbat Shalom.